All right, so you are ready to potty train and you wanna know exactly how to go about this whole process, right? If so, this is the video for you. In this video, I am going to cover all of block 1 of potty training your toddler. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Ginny, certified teacher, doctoral student, and mom of 2 girls, Alice, who is my newly 2-year-old, and Mina, who is my 9-month-old. And in this video, I'm going to cover exactly how I went through the process of potty training my toddler, Alice, at 24 months or 2 years old. This is going to cover block 1 of the Oh Crap Potty Training Method. Now, I have changed some things to work best for my family, and I will include them in this video because, of course, you could just go buy the book, which I do recommend you do. It's a great book, and I'll link it down below. But I did change some things slightly to fit my family, and they might apply to you too. Okay, so let's start with getting started. What is it that you need? What do you do to start with potty training? Well, the first thing that I would suggest you wrap your head around is that this is a process and you are going to need to dedicate some time to this. Honestly, I don't think this is something that you could do in a weekend and expect it to stick. It's going to take some time. My daughter Alice did really well with potty training, and it still took her a little bit of time, and it is a process. Expect the entire process to take a solid 3 to 4 weeks. Now that includes all of the blocks. You might be done with this video with block 1 within 4 days, and then you'll move on to the next block. But I just want you to temper your expectations about how fast this will go, because by and large, getting through block 1 may take a couple of days, but getting through potty training as a whole might take a couple of weeks. Okay, so you're still on board, right? You're good with that? Excellent. So let's talk about what you actually need for block 1 of potty training. The first thing that I really do feel like you need is a toddler potty. Some people don't like using toddler potties. However, for block 1 of potty training, especially if you're potty training with a younger child like a 2-year-old, then I would recommend getting a travel potty or a toddler potty that you can move around the house wherever it is that you are. I have an entire video about different potties that I review. However, I will link my favorite potties down in the description box below too. So once you have your toddler potty, you will want to make sure you also have at least 3 consecutive days that you can dedicate to nothing but your potty training child. So for me, that meant I took over with my toddler and my husband was watching our infant while I worked with Alice, specifically just Alice, on potty training. Don't have any hopes of any plans associated with that day other than potty training your child. Okay, so now let's talk about the goal. What is the goal of block 1? Okay, well, at the end of block 1, with or without prompting, your child should be able to use the toilet to pee or poop. I want you to notice I said with or without prompting. It is still considered completion of block 1 if you need to prompt your child because you see them showing a sign of needing to use the potty. Now that we know what we need, and now that we know our mindset, let's talk about actually getting into it.
Alice, today we're saying bye-bye to diapers. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
We're gonna throw away all the diapers. Alice, are you ready to say bye-bye to diapers?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're gonna be a big girl and use a big girl potty. Today when we pee-pee and poo-poo, it's gonna go in the potty.
So the goal that you're gonna be working on is your child being aware of using the potty. They're gonna go from I just peed, to I am currently peeing, to I need to pee. Your whole goal of block 1 is going to be to look for tells of your child. What is it that your child does right before they need to pee? You're gonna be watching your kid like a hawk to see what it is they do right before they pee. Pee and poo-poo goes in the potty. Here, help mama clean the pee-pee.
Any tells?
All pee-pee goes in the potty, okay? Anytime you pee-pee, it goes in the potty. It might be something really small, or it might be something like them grabbing their crotch. I know Alice wound up grabbing her crotch, and that's how I knew sometimes that she needed to pee. So the first few pees, and I know that this is hard for some people, let them have the accident. All the pee-pee has to go in the potty, all of it. If you sit your child down on the potty and just wait for the pee to come, they're not actually learning the feeling of needing to pee.
Okay.
Are you a fish?
Look.
Oh, ball fell down. Oh. So you need to make sure that they are doing whatever it is that they're doing, playing, and then they realize they're peeing, and then you're going to walk them over to the potty. There will be a lot of accidents probably your first 2 days, and that is to be expected. And when you have that conversation with your child, you never want to tell them it's okay that they went on the floor. Alice, where do you pee-pee? Where should you pee-pee? Where? That's right, in the potty. If you have to go potty, you stop and go right away in the potty. Time to potty. Time to potty, sit down. Good job, good sit. You'll say something like, Alice, you pee-peed on the floor. Next time, pee-pee goes in the potty. I'm not telling her it's okay, but I'm also not mad at her because she's still learning. One of the ways too that your toddler can take ownership of these accidents is you can have them help you actually clean up a pee mess or a poop mess. In block 1, it is completely fine to prompt your child to use the potty. One thing you don't want to do is to ask, do you need to use the potty? Your toddler is going to say no. You're not going to say that. You're going to instead say, would you like to read Grover or Elmo on the potty?
Elmo.
Okay, come here, let's read Elmo on the potty.
Elmo.
Elmo, okay. Alice, you're grabbing your crotch. Let's go over to the potty and sit down. There's no part of that that's a question. I'm saying, you are showing me signs that you need to use the potty. Let's go on over there and use the potty. Once your child realizes they're actively peeing, I want you to take them and walk them over to the potty. Yes, you will leave a trail on the floor. Yes, it's okay. Your child is learning that the pee can actually go into the potty. So that was something that was a struggle for me to actually wrap my brain around at first because I would panic and I'd pick her up and I'd move her to the potty, but that doesn't actually help. It's not like she can magically hover all the way over to the potty. So I would actually, instead, once I realized I wasn't really helping doing that, I would walk her over quickly to the potty, sit her down, and hope that at least some of the pee would wind up in the potty. Did you flash? There's pee-pee in the potty, Alice, look! Yes, pee-pee!
Yeah.
Because there's some pee-pee on the floor, we have to wash the floor, okay? You are such a big girl, you pee-pee in the potty. That's where you're supposed to pee-pee. There's some pee-pee on the floor though, so we have to get the pee-pee off the floor. We're gonna wash the floor, okay? What? Yes, that's right, wash the floor. Now, when there is pee in the potty, you do a big celebration. I know for me, we actually have Amazon Alexa in our house, and I will say, Alexa, applause. Alexa, can you clap?
Okay.
She's clapping for you, Alice. She's so happy there's pee-pee in that potty. And we just play some applause for her every single time, and she loves that. It's something that's special and different for when she actually uses the potty. We'll make a big celebration out of it, tell her she did such a good job, and we'll also allow her to come with us to actually flush the pee down the potty if she wants to.
All right, Alice, let's flush the pee-pee, okay? Now can you flush? Push, push, push. Good job!
Bye-bye, pee-pee. Some toddlers are afraid of flushing. If they're afraid of it, don't make them try. What you should start to see is that your child will realize sooner and sooner each time when they need to use the potty. So it will go from they have no awareness of them peeing to they realize that they're actively peeing to giving you maybe a 1 to 2 second clue before they start peeing. By the end of block 1, you should probably see about a 10 to 15 second clue of them needing to pee before they actually pee. So I wanted to cover a couple of frequently asked questions or pain points that you might see in block 1 and ways that I manage them myself. So the first one is that your toddler feels the need to use the potty but does not sit down long enough to actually go. So one thing I actually did with this is I downloaded a potty app on my phone, and I did pay for the upgrade for it, but there is a free version. And what's cool about this one is you can set it for however long you want, and it will reveal a picture. So what I did was I uploaded family photos in there. So Alice would sit there and watch, and it would reveal a picture of us, for example. So it gave her some sort of incentive to stay seated on the potty. Now I did wean her off of this pretty quickly because once she realized that she needed to do her business in the potty, I did not want her expecting some kind of reward for using the potty. But in order to get them in the habit of understanding that they need to sit down for longer than just a second to see if they need to go, that timer app was very, very helpful. I also like that it's visual and it actually shows you the passage of time using color. And for a toddler, that's really good to be able to see a visual passage of time and when they actually will be able to get up. Pain point number 2, and one that causes a lot of power struggle, and one that I actually went through as well, is over prompting. You don't want to push your toddler so much to sit on the potty all the time that they become defiant and don't want to sit on the potty. So one thing that I actually wound up doing is through the potty training process towards the end of block 1, I would actually say, Alice, you're grabbing your crotch. It looks like you need to use the potty. The potty is right over there. I didn't tell her it's time to go potty. I didn't tell her anything. I just said, there it is. I'm reminding you that it exists right there if you decide you need to use it. That has worked very well because it helps her think about the fact that, oh, hey, that's right, there's a potty there, but I'm not being forced to sit on it. So that might be a route that you need to take if you find that your little one is becoming a little bit resistant to sitting on it. You can just remind them that it's there. You can say, hey, don't forget, Alice, when you need to use the potty, potty's right there. Or make it a game and you could say, hey, Alice, where is the potty in here?
Alice, if you have to pee-pee, where do you go? Where does pee-pee go? That's right, in the potty.
And then they can say, oh, it's right there. It just reminds them about the potty, what the potty's for, and also where it is. My third tip, and one that I realized the first day that I started this, is that sleep can and sometimes should be separate. Depending on the age that you actually potty train your child, the sleep block might be something that their body is just not able to do yet. So what I decided to do with mine is we tested it out the first day, and for her nap, she naps usually about 2.5 hours. For her nap, we went commando, did not give her any sort of anything, and she woke up wet. So that told me that even though she went to the potty right before she went down for her nap, her body is not able to hold it just yet for overnights or for long naps. So we decided we would separate them, and I honestly, she doesn't question it at all that I say, okay, Alice, you're still learning, so we will have diapers for night-night and for nap time. But once we awake, we say bye-bye to diapers. Another tip I would give you, and this is a really big one, and it was also a struggle for me because I'm very type A and I try to do things by the book, is just relax, relax. Children smell fear. So if they know that you're kind of like hovering over them, dancing and waiting for them to pee, and you're like too aggressive with it, they're gonna know and they're probably gonna push back on you, and you don't want that. So I'm not saying you be so casual that you tell your child, oh, it's okay that you peed on the floor. No, it's not okay. You pee in the potty now. This is potty time. But if there are accidents, you can just say, you are still learning to use the potty. Alice, next time, pee-pee goes in the potty. Let's clean up the pee-pee. That's it. No pressure other than I'm reminding you where it goes, and we will use that, and it's not okay that you pee on the floor. However, I'm not stressing about it. When I first started block 1 of potty training, I noticed that I was very much, oh my goodness, you're peeing right now, let's pick you up and take you over immediately. And that was not helpful. So learn from my mistake, be relaxed about it. Don't be so relaxed that you don't take it seriously, because it is a commitment and you just commit to it and it will get done eventually. But you don't have to hover over them so much and ask them, over prompting them to go sit on the potty, because that will have the adverse effect of what you would really like for it to happen. My last piece of advice for you is to not bribe your child. I mentioned the timer and I mentioned how I quickly weaned Alice off of it. I would not bribe your child to sit on the potty, because then the expectation will be that your child always gets this particular toy or gift or thing to sit on the potty. That's not to say they can't hold a book or a toy while they sit on the potty. That's completely fine. But don't set it up where they get something special just for using the potty. That runs into a whole can of worms down the line when they don't want to use the potty when you're at Target, for example, because you don't have a piece of candy to give them. So again, block 1, you are looking for your little one being able to, with or without prompting, use the potty without any bottoms on. When you move on to block 2, you're gonna start wearing shorts or basically any sort of bottoms, but they're not underwear yet. Next Thursday, I'm actually going to do a whole video on how to transition into block 2 and when you should expect to do that, and hopefully you will check that one out as well. I hope this was helpful for you, and I wish you all of the potty training luck. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down below in the comments and I will answer them as best I can. Like I said, my potty training process was not some super simple, easy, oh wow, we're super done sort of scenario. So I might have some answers to your questions because we struggled just a little bit. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. I do all sorts of parenting, new mom, and educational content, and I would love to have you along for the ride. Happy potty training, and I will see you next time. Take care.